Lovely Runner is full of small details that you might have missed. The drama is based on the webtoon Tomorrow's Best, but the production team changed various aspects of the story to make it more interesting and unpredictable, and also made sure to include many Easter eggs and details to capture the attention of viewers. One of these curious facts is how the entire story is actually based around the concept of a solar eclipse. The drama begins with the solar eclipse of July 22nd, 2009, the longest of its kind in the entire 21st century. Meanwhile, the first episode aired on April 8th, 2024, and the very same day there was again a solar eclipse. This is of course linked with the name of the idol group Eclipse, of which the male protagonist of the series is a member. In addition to all of this, the watch that allows Im-Sol to travel back in time is a solar watch. In fact, a series of interesting details surrounds this watch. Initially, it belonged to Sunjae, and Im-Sol obtained it in the original timeline by buying it on an auction online. She activates its magic powers on 3 occasions, and every time she travels back in time, the watch shows a different time, counting down from 3 to 1, and finally showing 0 after the last travel. This represents the 3 chances that Im-Sol has to change the future. Also, in the very first episode, Im-Sol's grandmother Jongmal-ja takes the watch even before its powers are activated for the first time. Later, she takes it again, when the protagonist is desperate to find it in the 9th episode. In addition to this, she seems to be the only one who understands that Im-Sol is time traveling, and who remembers that she used to be paralyzed in another timeline. This has sparked a lot of interest and fan speculation about this character. In the drama, they say multiple times that Malja has dementia, but some fans have suggested that maybe she's just acting weird on purpose while hiding quite a few secrets. The final episode of the drama showed that this theory was indeed correct, as the grandma is revealed to be the mastermind behind all the time travels. In the end, she throws away the magic watch in the same location where Im-Sol went back in time for the first time. A recurring Easter egg that appears numerous times throughout the drama revolves around the number 34. The references to this number already begin in the first episode, as Sunjae passes away exactly at midnight of January 1st, 2023 at the age of 34. This is also Im-Sol's age in the present, at which she was paralyzed after an accident. Immediately after Sunjae's passing, Im-Sol is brought 15 years into the past, and she tries to change both of their tragic destinies by meeting Sunjae and altering the course of events. In the second episode of the drama, the two board a bus together with the number 34. However, Im-Sol is caught in the crowd and can't get off at the school, so Sunjae runs after the bus to save her from being late. In the fourth episode, Im-Sol again takes the same bus, but she falls asleep and has to get off at the last stop. While waiting for a taxi to get back, she's attacked by a man, and in the struggle, she falls into the water. However, Sunjae had spotted her sleeping on the bus and took a cab to reach her. Thankfully, he arrives just in time to jump into the water and save Im-Sol's life. As this happens, she suddenly remembers the accident that paralyzed her lower body in the original timeline, and we can see that on that fateful day, she once again took the bus number 34. Also, she remembers that the person who saved her life in that tragic accident was in fact Sunjae, an important detail that she had completely forgotten. So it seems like every time that Im-Sol has some kind of accident involving that bus, Sunjae appears to help her. All of this can be interpreted as the two protagonists trying to save each other from the sad fate that awaits them at age 34. In addition to this, there are various other smaller details that are again connected with the number 34. For example, when she goes back in time, Im-Sol lives in a house with the number 34-1, and Sunjae is her neighbor, living nearby at number 35-1. Again, this detail is linked with their future and the events that happen to both of them when they reach that age. Also, if you add together the digits of Im-Sol's phone number, both in the present and in the past, you get 34. Doing the same with Sunjae's phone number instead results in the number 35. Even adding up the digits of the plate number of the villainous taxi driver, you again get 34. Various other Easter eggs scattered throughout the drama instead seem to hint at a happy ending and a wedding between the two protagonists. One of these is the presence of the traditional Cheongsa Chorong lanterns in a few scenes. These colorful lanterns were used during wedding ceremonies in ancient times in Korea, and now they're mostly used as decorations in many cultural exhibitions throughout the country. In the 5th episode of the series, these lanterns can be seen in the background while Sunjae is teaching Im-Sol how to ride a bicycle. The same traditional lanterns appear again in another scene from the 10th episode during an emotional conversation between the two main characters. Seeing traditional wedding symbols in the background of these scenes, which are both important moments for the love story of the protagonists, foreshadowed the marriage between them. Another similar clue comes from two different scenes in which Malja draws 3 dots on Imsol's face while she's sleeping. What may initially seem like a random funny moment has instead great importance, as it references another historic tradition of Korean weddings. In traditional ceremonies, 2 red dots were painted on the cheeks of the bride in order to protect her from evil spirits, and this ritual can even be seen in many scenes from various historical K-dramas. Sometimes a 3rd red dot was added on the bride's forehead, as it was traditionally considered a symbol of wisdom. So, seeing Imsol with these red dots painted on her face hints at her future as a bride. The fact that Malja, an older traditional woman, is the one who painted the red dots makes this fact even more significant. The grandma might also have links to shamanism, and by drawing the 3rd dot on Imsol, she might think that she's giving her wisdom and protecting her. The 3rd episode of the drama shows another hint involving Malja that suggests a happy ending for the drama. During a very hot day, the grandma cooks 3 chickens, but Imsol secretly steals 2 of these and brings them to Sunjae, who had just been discharged from the hospital. This seemingly unassuming moment hides another detail rooted in Korean tradition. In ancient times, it was common for mothers-in-law to prepare a traditional chicken soup called samgyetang as a warm welcome for their daughter's husband. In the drama, this dish prepared by an older woman ends up being served to Sunjae, and this can be interpreted as another clue that he's going to be part of the family of Imsol. There are other much more direct hints that suggest a future wedding between the two main characters. In the 10th episode, Imsol talks to Sunjae's father Gondok, sharing her concerns about Sunjae's well-being. Later, he admits that seeing Imsol worry so much about his son made him think that she was his daughter-in-law. Similarly, in the 14th episode, Sunjae meets Malja after another time slip. The woman starts calling the young man son-in-law while apparently suffering from dementia, but maybe she was doing it on purpose, hinting that he would marry Imsol. Another pretty clear indication that the two main characters will end up marrying each other comes after Imsol travels again back in time to 2009. She finds herself in the same college as Sunjae, and she accidentally kisses him after drinking a bit too much during a field trip. According to a legendary saying that's popular among the students of the university they attend, if 2 people kiss during their first field trip, they will get married in the future. During the same field trip, Imsol's brother Im Gyum shares a kiss with the protagonist's best friend Lee Hyunju. When Imsol returns to the present, she finds out that the two are married and even have kids together, so the legend of the university was indeed true for them, hinting that the same will happen to the protagonists. All of these clues actually turned out to be a foreshadowing of what happens at the end of the drama, as the last episode shows a glimpse of Imsol and Sunjae's wedding in the future.